Hey guys, PayDroV here with a new video. Now I want to quickly discuss about the whole G7 summit that recently happened in Cornwall, a southwest part of England, which few world leaders and the royals participated in this event. Now when I looked at this, I saw or pictured these people behind the scenes doing like water rituals or summoning storms.
A swarm of earthquakes today near Salton Sea in Imperial County.
Yeah, the largest of magnitude 5.3. It was felt by some even here in LA.
A 5.3 magnitude quake. There have been at least 24 other quakes at a magnitude 3 or higher, some of those happening within minutes of each other. But so far, fortunately, no damage has been reported. Dr. Jones says there is no exact prediction for how long the swarms last.
Touchdown in a rural area outside of Denver. The tornado hit Weld County about 35 miles from Denver just about an hour ago. A news helicopter is following the tornado and took this video. I mean, look at the size of that. So far, no reports of any injuries or damage, but authorities are warning residents to take cover as soon as possible. There are also reports of lightning and hail in the area, along with strong winds due to the storm that is producing this tornado.
Possibly tsunamis, or even triggering collapses of these dams around the world.
California may be more susceptible to tsunamis than previously thought. So a new report says fault lines off our coast could create tsunamis under the right conditions.
Beneath the normally calm waters off San Diego's coast, the threat of a tsunami is a reality, something that's happened 11 times over the last 100 years.
San Diego, to get a tsunami, it's going to take something large in terms of an earthquake.
Large and usually far away, like in 2011, when an earthquake in Japan caused a tsunami in San Diego that did around $3 million in damage. But a new study published this month in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences found fault lines off the California coast could also cause tsunamis.
Now, some type of a disaster event is possibly in the making. We went from the ring of fire straight to water. These people believe they can control these elements, sacrificing people, manifesting all this energy in this world. Now, it makes me wonder if they really want to bring back these ancient days. From this scenery, it's like the Atlantean days. Some believe are fairy tales, but these people know and believe, even going by the playbook in many cases. They know what they want, and they are bringing forth this again.
In other words, everything that human beings could need was available in Atlantis itself.
Now, we know that they are fighting for the souls in many cases. Biden has also said this too. We are fighting for the soul of this nation. Trump also believed America's heart is based on the belief of God and such. So they know it's deeper than the physical aspect. At least they portray that in many cases.
May history be able to say that the end of this chapter of American darkness began here tonight, as love and hope and light join in the battle for the soul of the nation.
And Christians everywhere still strive to live by Jesus' timeless commandment to his disciples: love one another.
Now, this whole G7 summit was also the first time the Queen met Joe Biden, and makes him the 13th president to meet the Queen.
At a reception with the royal family, Mr. Biden became the 13th U.S. president to meet Queen Elizabeth. The 7 world leaders were all smiles as the group posed for the customary family photo. And in a sign of unity, America and its allies are pledging to donate 1 billion COVID vaccine shots for lower-income nations. Of course, next week, the president's European visit takes on a much more serious tone when he meets with Russia's President Vladimir Putin in Geneva.
For a long time, so let me just bring people up to date here. You are someone who truly believes you have lived past lives.
Oh, no question.
One of those past lives?
Probably many in Atlantis.
In Atlantis. You are someone who truly believes you have lived past lives.
Oh, no question.
One of those past lives?
Probably many in Atlantis.
In Atlantis. You are someone who truly believes you have lived past lives.
Oh, no question.
One of those past lives?
Probably many in Atlantis.
In Atlantis. You are someone who truly believes you have lived past lives.
Oh, no question.
One of those past lives?
Probably many in Atlantis.
All right, so this article was up and it said Trump's shadow still looms over cloudy skies at G7 summit. So again, the Trump manifestation, the comeback.
So give me an idea, that 10 years in American politics, it's been wild. You've seen a couple of presidents come and go. You've seen the winding down of certain wars and all the rest of it. But what's your look back at the past 10 years?
All I can say is let there be Trump and let there be more Trump and more Trump. Because I think he has been the biggest political tsunami in the last decade.
Who has a deficit of empathy, who has created a tsunami of hurt and an abundance of cruelty.
Donald Trump is no longer president, but as a citizen, he is facing something of a legal tsunami. A fast-moving case in New York.
With this, they are also manifesting this tsunami, like I mentioned earlier.
Many believe the billions spent could have been better used on evacuation plans and moving more towns to higher ground. The government insists the wall does slow a tsunami's advance and increase evacuation times, saving lives.
効果なかったらうちの家族生きてない。
Foreign correspondent investigates whether the Great Wall of Japan is a solution or an expensive failure.
Check this article out. It says, what if North Korea tsunami-bombed America? ? Now, do you kind of see their subliminal messaging? I mean, it's not so hidden, but you wouldn't be able to connect this if you really weren't paying attention.
What's changed? Well, we've lost our ambition, our imagination, and our willingness to do the things that built the Golden Gate Bridge and Hoover Dam and unleashed all the potential in this country.
Those people down there have no idea how close they came to complete destruction.
I'm going to look for the kids!
Blow up our dams, destroy forests, anything. If there's a species, blow up our dams, destroy forests, anything. If there's a species, blow up our dams, destroy forests, anything. If there's a species...
Exactly. There was nothing. We drove your entire neighborhood just to check and make sure you guys were okay. Us too. And we've never been through this, not in 20 years.
Now, as I mentioned earlier with the Battle of the Souls, from the Ring of Fire to the water rituals, I actually stumbled upon this movie called Mortal Kombat that came out in 2021, the recent one, and the cover is the face of one of the characters in the movie, and of course it's half and half split, flipped and flopped, fire and water, Mortal Kombat, Battle for the Souls, alright? It's not a coincidence, I don't believe. Now with the whole Atlantean days, and them bringing back everything that once was, again. Now we had all these UFO videos coming out, and some of them they were talking about, they surfaced from the water, did all these types of movements, and by the end of it, it went back into the water, never to be seen again.
This object appears to be transmedium. It appears to be descending into the water from the air without destruction. And in fact, there were attempts to recover wreckage or to find this vehicle under the water by a submarine, and they were unsuccessful. So really what we're seeing is astounding footage of an unidentified, a UFO that is spherical in shape and large in mass, and it is going into the water.
Officials from the Federal Aviation Administration say there were no aircraft incidents or accidents in this area Tuesday night, but multiple witnesses report seeing a large blue object fall out of the sky and into the ocean.
Something is in the sky.
The new footage is unclassified. Still images of that footage were included in May 1st, 2020 of an unidentified aerial phenomena task force intelligence briefing as seen there on 60 Minutes and released by Jeremy Corbell. So no wreckage was found and no craft were recovered.
So I wanted to highlight all of that because I believe there's actually something here, and it is important for us to shine light on these things because you really never know. Now with that all being said, have faith, remain vigilant, and God bless you all.
But they got hit by a giant tsunami, like people have not seen. This part of the world hasn't seen it so much, fortunately. They say that's the worst of all. You look at the tornadoes, the hurricanes, you look at all of the different natural disasters.